Hello, hello. Welcome. All right. So notes should be done day two. All right. Um, in the notes, the equations were introduced to you. And the thing about it is, it's one of those almost overthinking things. Um, you're trying to figure out how much it is for one. Well, what happens if you multiply something by one? Sorry, I was looking for my pen there. What happens when you multiply something by one? Well, it doesn't change. So that's why when you look at your notes, when they want you to find the rate for an equation, it's just the number that's going to be staring at you. All right, and that's what we're going to kind of look at here today. So as you can see, we are in your topic C classwork. If you haven't done the notes for lesson 19, day 2, again, let's go back and let's take care of that first, and then come on back to this particular video. But if you have your notes that are taken care of, all right, let's get your classwork packet out. All right, we're going to lesson 19, day number 2, and I'll show you what we are after. Now, I know what we wanted to do. Before we get to day 2, let's recap a little bit what went on in day 1. So what's going on here is they're giving us a table in which they want us to find the rate in. They're giving us a graph in what they want us to find the rate in. And then what's new is they're going to give you an equation that you want to. So it might be something like D equals 30T. And they're going to say, hey, find the rate. Okay, well, this is what we are talking about before, is what happens when you multiply something by 1? Nothing. It doesn't change. And so remember, rate is how much for 1. So that's why your rate is just that particular number. So no matter what number they give you, it's always that number, because when you multiply something by 1, it doesn't change. Just like when you divide something by 1, it doesn't change. So that's what we're looking at. But let's talk about the tables here again. Remember, it's always, we got to put the money on top. All right. And remember, we always have to put the time on the bottom. So that's why when we set up all of these, like for example, I have to put the 24, all right, on top of the 3. How much for 1? Well, division, so it's 8. Same thing here, the 48, because that's the money, and the 6 is the time. So 48 divided by 6, still 8. Remember, all you need to do is grab one of them. But again, just watch who you put where. The table is just giving you the information. It's your setup. That's where you determine where things go at. Let's come on over here to your graph. And remember, you can grab any of these ordered pairs that are there. You just got to find one of the points that are there. All right. So like that guy or that guy that's there. All right. So again, you just got to grab one of them. So I'm going to grab this guy here that I've marked. You can see I went to the right to the 9. All right. So there's the first number. And then we went up, and I'm in between, right in the middle of 40 and 50. So right in the middle of 40 and 50, that's 45. So that's an ordered pair. I can grab another one here. I can grab this guy that's right there. For some reason I'm having trouble with my dots there. Here, I'll have a whole bunch of dots there. There we go. So for that guy, I went to the right 6. So there's my first number. And I went up to the number 30. All right. And again, we can list all of them out. It's not necessary though. We really just need one. I'm just trying to prove a point. So when we find the rate, it's always the y coordinate divided by the x coordinate. And the y coordinate is always the second coordinate that's there. So that's why we would do the 45 and we would divide it by the 9. That's why we would take the 30 and divide it by the 6. We'll take a look at this. 30 divided by 6, 5. 45 divided by 9, yeah, 5. So again, it doesn't matter which one that we take, as long as we are grabbing an actual ordered pair that's on the line that's there. Okay, so that's what we're looking at today. So we're gonna kind of go a little bit forward. Here we go. So directions here is you are finding the rate, all right, for each one. All right. Label your answers. We just don't want to have a number answer balance. Let me, all right, not Miss Caracas there. All right, let me check your work before cutting out the squares. Well, altogether, people, we are not going to be cutting out squares. You can if you want to. All right. My second grader, my 4-year-old. I mean, come on, people. Elementary school, it's all about the scissors and the glue sticks. So if you do want to bust them out today while you're at home, hey, you are welcome to. It's not necessary. Don't worry about cutting. All right. We'll show you what we're going to do regarding the legs. Okay, so let's go a little bit further here and see what we're doing here. So what we've got here is 6 tables that you're going to find the rates. I'm sorry, 6 graphs here. All right. You've got 6 tables that you're going to find the rate on. And then you have 6 equations that you're going to find the rate on. All of them match up. One of the rates will have the same answer as one of the tables. We'll have one of the same answers for the graph that's there. And then what will happen is you will place the matching ones there. Now you're not actually going to place them. As you'll see, they've got letters that go along with them. So we'll match the letters that go across. So we're looking for all 3 letters that have the exact same answer. All right. So let's go through one of these. I'm going to start back up the table here. Okay. Now, some of the numbers, they're not the easiest to read. Well, okay, you're going to have to grab a different order pair there. Okay. I thought about changing it over the years. I was like, you know what? No. I like this. I like this. You have to dig a little bit, or you have to read the numbers on the side and interpret there. So a little investigating, I think, is a good thing here. So let's go up to the very first problem that's here. So I can grab any point that's on the graph, but remember, it's got to be on the line. So we can kind of see that there's one right there. All right. We can kind of see that there's one right there. There's one there. Yeah, there we go. So I can grab whichever one that I want. You might be looking at this very first number and you can't read it. You might see the second number better. You might see it. You got to grab one that you feel like you can read, you can kind of interpret there a little bit. So I'm going to grab this guy right there. Oh my goodness, what's going on? There we go. That guy. All right. And I'm going to write down that order pair. So I went to the right to the number 2. Okay. I went up to the number 130. All right. And remember, we always do y divided by x. So that means it's 130. I'm going to divide it by 2. I can reach my calculator if I want. All right. So I know it's the 65 or the 1. Everything today, as you can see here, is there's your y coordinate. It's miles. So 65 miles. All right. And you can see on your x-axis, it's hours. Hours. So everything's in miles per hour. So if you even want to write down mph, that gets as well. But that's what you're doing there. All right. So again, you're going to have to read and interpret a little bit. And yeah, all right. That's okay. Zoom in, zoom out, whatever you need to do to help yourself out with it. Okay. So I know that has an answer of 65 miles per hour. One of these tables is going to have the answer of 65 miles per hour. And the idea then is that we would match those 2 particular ones up. So let's look at letter H. All right. It's a table. Your M and all these stand for your miles. All right. Your H in all of these stands for your hours. All right. And we know time always goes on the bottom. All right. Which means your hours will be on the bottom. Remember, we can't grab zeros. Never grab those. So you just grab the next guy. All right. And here we go. Oh my goodness, it's actually the same ratio there. So the 130 over the 2. Yeah. So it's 130 miles in the 2. And then so yeah, there's your 65 miles. All right. And then for your 1 hour. So the idea here is on my sheet, all right, we would have an A for the graph. We just did the table, which was letter H. So there's your table over there. So now I've got to find an equation that also has the answer of 65. Now, again, the nice thing about it is it's going to be staring at you. It's just going to be staring at you, people. All right. So did you find a letter that has 65? in it? Yeah, it's Q right here. There it is, 65. Because again, if you say it's for 1 hour, 65 times 1 is 65. There we go. So again, nice thing about the equation is there's not a lot to do. It's just write down the answer with the number there. So 65 miles for the, all right, for the 1 hour. Yeah, so that's letter Q. All right. Now, here's the thing, people. You're not going to know the answers and match them up that quickly ahead of time. So what you're going to do here is go ahead, knock out all the answers to the tables first, and then knock out all the answers, and then knock out all the answers to the equations that are there, and then start doing your matching. All right. All we care about is that you have the 3 correct ones across from each other. We don't need like, ooh, how do I know to put the A first? And not, that doesn't make any difference. In fact, if you'd like to, you can go ahead and put a B right there. All right. You can go ahead and put a C right there. Again, just to get yourself started there. The D, all right, the E and the F, just to get yourself going on there. That's fine. That doesn't matter. But then make sure those answers, they all match up. And again, you're just dropping the letters that are in. So, whoo, all right. Go ahead, have at it. We do see a lesson 19 quiz here real soon. So check that homework website as to when it is. All right. And yeah, here we go, people. Enjoy.